this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I'm coming to you from Rose Cottage in Yorkshire, England, and sharing with you how to cook frozen calamari rings in the air fryer. Well, before we dive into this recipe, I just wanted to suggest that you head over to RecipeThis.com. We've got more than 1,200 kitchen gadget recipes, including recipes for the air fryer, instant pot, slow cooker, soup maker, bread maker, microwave, Ninja Foodie, and many others. We also have a free weekly newsletter, which you can find on the homepage of RecipeThis.com, or you can find it on RecipeThis.com/newsletter. And there you can get our best kitchen gadget recipes sent to your inbox every Friday morning. You can use any, but what I'm going with, ones in a crunchy batter. I often get asked, when it comes to frozen food, can you put battered frozen food in the air fryer? Because with fresh food, it's often recommended that you don't. But the thing with fresh is that it's a lot of mess. Whereas if it's frozen, it's already stuck on. It's not going to make lots of mess in your air fryer. Of course, it's going to carry more calories than breaded, but you can in fact do it. So if you've got battered onion rings, battered fish and chips that's frozen, then no, you can do it in the air fryer. A quick tip, I always recommend that you have a pair of scissors on hand, because when dealing with frozen food that you're cooking in the air fryer, they always seem to have a lot of leftovers in there and lots of crumbs that make your air fryer incredibly dirty. So, get out your air fryer basket and load it up, making sure you don't get any of the rubbish from the bottom of the bag in there. As you can see, these are totally raw frozen calamari rings, and they're actually quite quick to cook. And you know, you can also use similar cook times to if you're doing frozen onion rings in the air fryer. Or if you want to check out frozen onion rings, we've also got a video and a recipe over at RecipeThis.com for that as well. So it just depends on what you're cooking. And then once you've got them all ready in the air fryer, don't overfill the air fryer because you won't get the crisp on them that you want. You can always cook in the air fryer in batches as well. So once you're ready, it's time to put it in the air fryer and set the time and temp. So after you've turned on your air fryer, you want to set the temperature to 180 Celsius. That's 360 Fahrenheit. And then you want to start off with a cook time of 8 minutes, and then after 8 minutes we'll be back. We can show you how to make them extra crispy and show you what temperature to put them up to for the final cook time. So we're on their final countdown. 2, 1, and the air fryer's beeps. Right. And that's the calamari rings so far. As you can see, they're coming along nicely. What you need to do first is you need to give the air fryer a shake. If you've not done it before, it's literally how it sounds. This stops them all sticking together and it improves the texture of them. And then for my secret trick, it's the extra virgin olive oil spray. What you can do is just refill an old spray bottle with extra virgin olive oil, and then it's fantastic for making your air fry food crispy. And then you just give it a good spray. As you can see, this is how you do it. Nothing complicated there, just a good spray with extra virgin olive oil. And then you need to put it back in again. And then, this is when I talk about a different temperature. 180 or 360 Fahrenheit is fantastic for getting it going, but to get that lovely crispiness on your calamari, you want to get the temperature up to 200 Celsius, that's 400 Fahrenheit, and then the cook time to 6 minutes. 1, and the air fryer's beeps. Oh, I can smell them. They smell so good. Oh, and a confession that I've got to make, that in between air fryers being on, our smoke alarm's gone off in this lovely cottage we're in. And I always find this happens whenever you do battered food in the air fryer. It's the level of fat that sets off your smoke alarm. So if you're ever wondering why does your air fryer smoke so much, it's the amount of fat that you're actually cooking in the air fryer. I think the worst one we ever did was air fry Beyond Beef burgers. They were absolutely terrible for smoke in the kitchen, and so was Richmond sausages, which I've noticed carry a lot more fat compared to other sausage brands. So these are our calamari rings, and from touch they're just so lovely and crispy, and like I say, it makes such a difference if you give them that spray and that shake. Many people ask me, well, when should you actually shake an air fryer? Well, I've always said if you want crispy food in the air fryer, then it generally does require a shake, like when you do some chips, when you do onion rings, calamari rings, that kind of thing, or even some chicken nuggets. It just makes them that extra bit better. Here's a close-up on the calamari rings. And I don't know whether you prefer them with sauce or not. I normally have them with mayonnaise, but I just fancy some just to nibble on now. So let me try one. The batter on them is absolutely delicious. Really tell the difference when you air fry with batter compared to breading. And the squid's not too bad either. Oh, it depends how much it's your thing. We're more onion rings kind of people rather than squid rings. But it's all about personal choice, isn't it? And what you've got in your freezer. But they are really, really nice. And I do recommend you give them a try in the air fryer. Or if calamari rings isn't your thing, just find some other frozen foods like this. You can get used to the air fryer, get you used to using the spray, and get you used to the different temperatures, and then you'll soon become extra confident with your air fryer. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Recipe This family. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Pinterest. We also have a weekly newsletter at recipethis.com/newsletter, where we share with you our latest kitchen gadget recipes, what we're cooking in the Milner kitchen, and so much more. As well as this, we recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then whenever we have a new video, you will be the first to know. And if you want to know about all our future videos, then I recommend you hit the bell for instant notifications. But even better, we now have a podcast. It's called Magic with Gadgets. Simply search Magic with Gadgets on your favourite podcast player and you'll find us there.